What is going on, guys? I'm sure there are some people out there who already know what's going on with this video. Seeing the title, seeing the thumbnail. We need to talk about a few things. Okay, so if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know about El Chapo, the craziest GT500 build probably out there on YouTube. I'm not gonna say it's the craziest GT500 build, but it's the most well documented, craziest GT500 build, El Chapo. We did a Whipple 3.8 liter, it had a built MHS, cammed engine, had Motec engine management. The car was an absolute beast, and it still kept and retained all of the street ability that I wanted. Had AC, had a subwoofer, you could street drive it, flex fuel. It did a lot of what I wanted to do. Last year, streetcar takeover, about February, so we're getting right about at the 1 year mark. Done. Blew it up. She's done. We just lifted ahead. Lifted ahead. Oh, it's quiet, guys. This is why I didn't want to race this car.
The 19 Mustang, rolling 40 miles an hour in the street.
We had a failure that caused some damage to the head, some damage to the block, and it was time to rebuild anyways. So at the time, we decided to pull the engine out, obviously, tear it down, didn't run it anymore after that, after the big smoke show at Streetcar Takeover. We tore it down and found that there were some issues. I decided I really liked where it went with the Whipple, but I wanted to kind of take it to the next level. So I sold the blower cams and I was gonna buy some turbo cams. I had everything all put in place. And so turbo cams, I bought a billet air to water manifold. I have 2 Garrett turbos for this. The car obviously had a Motec, a fuel system. If I add up all these parts, which I have, and that's part of what I'm gonna get into, we're talking just under, it's crazy, probably just about 50 grand in parts that I have laying around. So with delays and COVID and production COVID and excuses from manufacturers and just, you know, it's just a pain in the butt to build something like this right now. The car's been down for a year. You guys have been bothering me for a year. When's this car coming back? When's this car coming back? We put a stock motor in it so that I can run and drive it around and get the turbo kit done. And I've just been having a lot of issues trying to get the engine together. I'm really at a point where I'm calling it quits, and I actually already have. So there is no commenting persuasion that you guys can say that's going to change my mind. We're past the point. The Motec is sold. It's sitting in a box waiting for, I don't know if he wants me to tell everybody who bought it, but it's going in a really cool GT500 build. So you'll see some really cool, similar cool stuff with that. If you are one of those guys who are saying, I am unsubscribing, you ruined the car, blah, 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 go for it. Just go ahead, exit the chat. I really don't care. If you have only stuck around for content on this car, then you haven't been watching my videos for a year anyways. And we have really, really stepped up everything. I mean, coyote swaps, that was never something that was a thing before. This car right here, coyote swaps, single turbo, this car is gonna fly. And this is one of the reasons why I'm okay with eliminating this car, because I realized having two high horsepower turbo drag race car GT500s is ridiculous, or at least building two of those at the exact same time, it's just too much. And the 5.8 is a awesome platform. Jordan Modular Head Shop built a beast of an engine, but it's expensive. And like I said, I was fully committed. I have quite a bit of money in parts, and I'm gonna show you some parts that we have that are available for sale to off of El Chapo. Some brand new, some slightly used. You know, the car, I only put 7,000 miles on it, and I think 3 years that I had it. And the amount of downtime I've had with the car, it is kind of upsetting considering how much money is involved in this car. And if you guys think that YouTube videos are paying for every little bit of this, dude, I'm hustling every day to be able to pay for this car. And sometimes YouTube videos, they may make 50 bucks, 100 bucks. It's not how I pay for these things, you know. It pays for some things, but me flipping stuff and doing all this crazy stuff, and now this new business that we have here, that's what's, you know, paying the bills. And this thing is only costing me money. It's not making me any money because I can't make content on it. It's too boring with a stock motor, and I just don't care to do anything with a stock motor except trade it in. There is a GT500 replacement. I already have my mindset. I already have the deal set. I'm not going to announce it yet. There has been some teasers on my Facebook, so if you guys want to go check that out, you can check that out. But there's a replacement. It is next level, and it is still along the lines of what this car was going to be. So it's still my crazy idea of, yeah, it's still crazy, but I think it's a good move, and I'm very excited for it. So El Chapo, officially the chapter ends, I guess, more of last year, you know, with the Whipple 3.8, nasty 1,300 horsepower. That's where that chapter really ends. While the car sat around for 6 months, then I put a motor in it. It sat another 6 months. I drove it once to a meet, and I drove it like a couple times around here. It's just, I'm over it. I'm over the car sitting. I'm over not, you know, being able to drive it. And that car right there will be faster, cheaper, just a better race car in every aspect compared to what I was going to do with this. This car's heavy. It's weighed 4,000 pounds. That car probably weighs about 2,800 pounds. So this car with 1,000 horsepower is probably about the same speed, and we will test this theory, as this car made with 1350. I mean, that is insane. And that car's a stick car. I love driving stick, and you guys know that. And if this build would have been done a long time ago, I mean, it would have been done. Again, you guys gonna hate, the haters, the people who haven't been watching the damn channel and seeing all the crazy shit we've done. See you later, dude. Like we're gonna keep moving forward. I'd rather, you know, just be out doing the fun stuff and you know, just waiting on this car. I'm just over it. It's not worth it anymore. So I will go over a few things that I'm selling. I am going to be trading the car into a dealership, and the car runs, it drives, it's basically returned to stock now, minus a few more things we got to button up tomorrow, but we'll run through some of these aftermarket parts I have. Okay, so we have my built 35 spline spool, 5/8 studs, fully built rear end. Ignore the cover. We had a stock 1314 cover on it. I put a stock rear end in it because a spool would never do well at a dealership. Someone would think it was broken because when you turn, it trips the tires. I think actually a spool is a really good street rear end. A lot of people say a spool is not good for the street. If you are going straight line stuff, and it still drives fine on the street. If you're doing hard corners, yeah, obviously it's not the thing, but you're just street driving, it works perfectly fine. So that is for sale. This thing is fully built, ready to rock. I do have a stock 1314 GT500 heat exchanger. That is right there. We're going to be throwing that back in. I'm trying my best to source all the stock parts, so the car is still a GT500, and you know, obviously I had some other options on some crappy heat exchangers, but that one is the stock one. It's actually a pretty good unit. We have the VMP triple pass dual fan heat exchanger with the harness, everything. That is available for sale. If you guys are interested in literally anything, just let me know. The rear end's for sale. We've sold quite a bit of parts. My ported lower sold. Like I said, the Motec sold. You guys might see some more of that stuff. I have the fuel system, ID1700X Injectors, Ice Tank, JLT123 for GT500, or I think it's like Roush VMP blowers 11 to 14. We have my Viking Kelltrac Custom Spec rear shocks, Shelby mic tensioners, AccuFab secondaries with chains. A lot of stuff sold, my rods and all that stuff. My block is available. It's going to be freshly redone by L&M, so that'll be 100% ready to go. Sleeved 5.8 block if you guys are looking. I also have a Barton for a GT350 I've been trying to get rid of. VCT controller for Coyote. Holly setup. Upper control arm. Those are hard to get right now. Upper control arm mount. I have my pistons. Jordan told me not to sell these because one is obviously messed up from the failure. And he said getting a match is not good. But I might do something with those. Maybe I'll give them away or do something with that. So yeah, we got the ice tank. We got a parachute mount. We got a bunch of different pulleys. And I have this all listed online if you guys want to go ahead and pick up anything. Ice tank stuff is usually pretty hard to find and has a long wait time. Shelby mic tensioners. I also have an air-to-water Shelby mic manifold that bolts to the stock GT500 lower. That is also available as well. Fuel system's complete. Wiring, lines, pump. That's a triple pump 465. Made $13.50 on that. But this pile is getting really small. Everything's selling really quick. That's a stock 1314 GT500 water pump. And there's some other little odds and ends, but we are getting down on the pile. So if you guys are interested in anything here, hit me up ASAP, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and we'll get this all out to you. If you guys are seriously interested in the heads or block, 5.8 blocks are hard to get, not to mention sleeved. So that is going to be available 100% fresh. We could even have it shipped right from L&M. The heads are going to be freshly rebuilt by Modular Head Shop, should be finished up this week. So those are stage 3 CNC ported heads, stock regrinded valves with the valve springs, and basically everything we did on the channel. Those heads are 100% ready to go. They retail for $7,400 if you got to buy the heads with them, you know, with the porting service. I think I have them listed for $6,500. If you guys want to pick them up, let me know. You want to pick up anything that I have available. Don't ask me about like stuff like front bumper or transmission. It's not a part out, you know, a full part out. We're making the car a complete stock car. So the front bumper is going back on. It's going to be 100% running, driving 14 GT500 ready to go. Stock rear end, stock trans. So yeah. I also thinking about selling my Forge Star F14 drag wheels or my welds off of this car, one or the other. So I actually have them one on here and one over there, but either I'm going to sell the Forge Star F14s, the front and rear as a complete set, or I'll sell the welds front and rear. So they'll be sold as a set. So either welds or Forge Stars, I'm keeping one of them. The welds I have listed for $3,000 and the Forge Stars I have listed for $2,000. I don't really know why the price difference, but you know, they're both actually Weld wheels. Weld makes Forge Stars, but in case you didn't know that. But those are the wheels right there, and the rear wheels for GT500 are over there. There's a lot to talk about. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I'm sure there's going to be some bad comments, good comments. Just know the new car is gonna be sick. It's not like a car that I'm gonna get here and do a million things to. It's something that I can get out, drive, take to Cars and Coffee, enjoy, and it's just a beautiful car. So hopefully you guys see that here pretty soon. You know, we can definitely make some cool videos with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. This car is gonna be racing here at a bunch of events coming up soon. We just gotta fix the dome pressure sensor, dyno it, and it's just gonna be an absolute beast. This car is really the reason why that is going away, because I realized 2 high horsepower stick shift GT500s is ridiculous. This is, in my opinion, the better, more affordable engine combo setup. I can build a sleeve short block for us building ourselves for inexpensive, under 10 grand. A sleeve short block for that thing is like 15 grand. I mean, it's crazy. And in a fully built long block, similar to what I did with Modular Head Shop, typically runs in the range of 25 to 28 grand. And that is not including block and heads. Add another 10 or so if you need a block and a head and 2 heads. It's ridiculous how expensive the 5458 platform has gotten. All in all, you guys haters, if you're still watching, probably aren't, but see you later, or not. And those of you guys who watch the channel for the cool Ford content, it's not going anywhere. This one's getting a Gen 3 short block. That one's getting a Coyote swap. You know, this one we're gonna be racing the crap out of. We got some other cool builds on the channel as well. The new car replacement, it's a Ford. I mean, you guys probably could have guessed that. But the only thing changing is this won't be in the background of videos. It hasn't been doing anything for a year anyways. So I don't really know what would be any different. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and we will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys are excited for the new stuff. It's a little bit of a disappointment. It is a disappointment to me, but I got to do what is best, and that car is not helping anything right now. So we'll see you guys in the next one.